I was thinking this weekend about the last probably 3 to 4 years and everything that everyone's gone through, including myself. And I was thinking about we talk about COVID, we've talked about all these different paths, but I was curious on why. I know why I did, but why did you guys start doing what you're doing now? Like, what was the aha moment or something that like drew you to the business that you're doing now?
Um,
I love the
I don't know, Tracy, you want to go first? You want me to go first? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. I mine was during COVID, and I've mentioned this before that I just felt that I had more to give, and with the agency with my husband, it's very male dominated, and I wanted to connect with women, and I just felt that I wanted to try something all on my own. I wanted to feel what I originally said was be heard, and now I found out that I actually more than that. And I felt that I could really help, because at that time there was a lot of people going online and things like that, and it just seemed they were all over the place, and I really felt that I could kind of guide them to success. So a lot of it was for me personally, like I wanted to do something for me, but a lot of it was like, I think I can, directly help someone where I go, I just helped you and I see success. And so it's a win-win. So that's
Tracy,
where I came from.
exactly. Tracy G, exactly. What do you do?
I help, it tends to be 99% women organize their business to get it online properly, to set it up, to have all the tech in place. So they're running their business. They're not actually getting like overwhelmed and frustrated. And sometimes you just need that playbook. You just need that guide to go, this is what I need to do. Oh, I don't have to do that. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. And it's that, because that's a big thing, is not worrying about, am I doing the right thing? We like, especially a solopreneur, you're working a long hours, and everyone makes it sound like, oh, you're going to go online and it's super easy. And it can be easy once you figure things out and you get your mindset and you get your vision and all that stuff.
I know I have utilized you and you have helped me not only how to do it, but you keep reminding me how to do it simply.
Mm.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like you have taught me some simple tricks that I'm like, oh yeah. Like you can, I don't want to say scold me, but you remind me
Tough love.
how I can do things in a more simplistic
Yeah.
manner. So I am not spending hours in front of the computer.
Yeah.
Even when we talked about my move and everything, and I felt I was not paying attention to my business, you reminded me how I could very simply still be posting and working through my business. So
Mm.
I appreciate that on the tech side.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I think really it's anybody who's looking at trying to figure out if they do want to do something. Sometimes the fear of not knowing where to start, not knowing how to navigate all the pieces that they visually see in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
um, makes them stop altogether. And to know that there are people out there that can actually help you
Mm-hmm.
make things simple, guide you, let you know what's really relevant, what's not really relevant is really super important to
Mm-hmm.
know that, you exist.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
come from a different generation, so there is a bit of a different language. If
Oh,
you
totally.
grew up with all of this at your fingertips, certain things that seem obvious to you may not be obvious to someone else. So, I like, if you're a mature woman, it's okay to make all these big changes.
Yes.
It's
Mm-hmm.
start today, do something new.
Yes.
Yep.
And don't worry about it because there are people out there. I mean, before we started this episode, you guys were walking me through how to figure something out. And Tracy, everyone's going to get a chuckle over this. Tracy said, "Are you in Google?" I said, "No, I'm in Zoom. I'm not in Google. I'm here." So I want to give everyone out there who is like, "I don't like a computer, please." No, it's okay. There's people out there that can help you.
You're so cute, Tracy E. You're just so cute.
But it's true though. It's like it's a daunting, like you sometimes we get so hyper focused on that one thing that we can't do, that we're not looking at all the things that we can do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so then we end up being stopped and we don't go forward with something. So it is important to know that. It really is.
And I think at this age too, if we want to, like I always say, start a business. It could be something else. It doesn't have to be for profit, but
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with for profit. Is that you're putting yourself in a position of, who knows what the next 25 years, who knows, right? Is going to bring you. Why wouldn't you want to still, I'm not judging anyone who does it, but why wouldn't you want to kind of try something new or explore different areas? And I know that's hard for women our age because we're not even clear on how to move forward. Do we have the right mindset? Like you guys touch on that all the time, right? Like
Right.
this change is at any age is huge, but I don't know. Sometimes there's that empty nester and we just feel maybe we're going to go off to the side.
Yeah, and that's very true because I think a lot of people, especially if they are feeling that empty nest syndrome, as we've talked about before, there is a feeling of loss. Like you've dedicated and your focus has always been in this one direction, your kids, your house, whatever. And now all of a sudden they have become independent little people and they're no longer there. And it's like, well, what about, like, I haven't thought about me for so long. How do
Mm-hmm.
I now think about me? Right?
Yeah.
That is a real big question. How do I think about me? What is it that I need to do? So,
And
Michelle, what do you do?
Tracy, oh, okay. I was going to say, Tracy, okay, I'll go. So I am a certified life and success coach. And I started this again, similar to Tracy G, during COVID. I started my business. And I lost a position that I had. I
Mm.
lost my position. And with COVID, it was very difficult in finding new positions. And having a business has always been in the back of my mind. And so I really wanted to take a leap of faith and do this. As scary and as much fear I had, I knew there is, how fear comes, the regret of doing it or regret of not doing
Yeah.
it. Which fear are you going to allow? And I decided that I didn't want to wonder what if. And so I became a certified life and success coach in my zone of genius because I think through everything I've gone through in my life,
Mm.
I was always allowing other people to guide me.
Mm.
And when I sat back and really got clear and found tools to get me clarity in exactly what I wanted to do, I knew I had hit on something. And I knew there are other women that feel exactly like me. And just like we were having that conversation like 3 minutes ago about being an empty nester, about, not having a job any longer, just about all of that. Sometimes we become very overwhelmed and we get filled with self doubt
Mm.
about what our abilities are. So I sit with women and guide them, or people, I shouldn't just say women, guide them to peel back that onion, to become clear, to really understand. Like we've talked before about setting goals or going after something because we think we should be doing that, but that's not who we are. It's not what we want. It's not where we want to be. So it's okay to get clear and take time to take a step back, because when we take a step back, we go forward.
Well put.
So my zone is really to help women peel that onion back and become crystal clear. It could be on a career, it could be on a goal, it could be on their life, it could be on anything, it could be on finding a hobby. It's whatever they wish to do. And even if women don't, or people do not understand where to start, that's where we start.
Yeah.
You just start there. There's tools to use between the wheel of life and understanding what you don't want. Then you go after what you want, because sometimes people say, what do you want? Sometimes it's easier to find what you don't want, that what you want becomes clearer.
Awesome.
So that is awesome. And it's funny because, sometimes you don't even know that you're not making choices where you go, I'm again, the empty nester, or change. Yeah. And this is my life now. And I'm not going to check in and just see, is this really what I want right now? Maybe I want more. Maybe I want change. And it can be scary if you aren't clear. Right. Right? Like right. You said, I'm going to make change. I want a little bit of support while I make my change, because it change is scary, the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Right. It is very scary. And it's very, you get filled with self-doubt, because any limiting beliefs that you might have start like really honing in on you. And that was what I had to work through in the beginning of my business. There was a lot of that. I'm not going to lie. But you just keep moving one step forward.
Yeah.
Tracy E., what about you?
I started, I'm also a certified life coach, and my zone of genius is helping people uncover the confidence that they actually have to get them to do whatever it is that they actually want to do. And I really believe that confidence is the cornerstone of everything, but people don't have confidence because they don't take action. And the only way you can build confidence is by taking action, and be willing to fail, be willing to fall on your face, get back up and try again. Like, okay, I'm not in Zoom, so how do I get to Google? Where do I go from here? But honestly, it is.
And ask, right?
And to ask, just to say, hey, how do I don't know how. Like like think whatever, but I don't know how, and that's okay. And it's interesting, like I was, in my prior career, I did something totally unrelated. Like I was, this is really funny, but I was like basically a telephone technician. So yeah, the fact that I can't, figure out computers is really funny, but yeah. Anyways, I was brilliant at that other job as well. But one of the things that I realized is that there was a lot of challenges, and confidence kept coming up over and over and over again. So it is a gift to be able to actually help somebody else realize that they can do whatever it is they really want to do if they want to do it. Mm-hmm. Right. And so once they have that clarity and they can figure that part out, it's like, okay, like let's now clear all the obstacles and figure out what that journey is going to look like. And it's like you said, Tracy, this isn't easy stuff. It's not like you just wake up one morning and go, okay, certified life coach, confidence, and I'm somehow going to figure out the check. Like it just doesn't work that way. There's a lot of meandering, and that is the part that you have to embrace and go, that's the part that's okay. I don't necessarily have to know all the answers right now in order to do the next part of whatever it is that I want to do.
No, I love that. And I love the fact that you were in telephone technician, and where you are now is like complete. Yeah, it is an absolute, it can be And I'm the same. Like, I used to sell towing parts to tow truck drivers.
Right.
That was my career for many, many, many years. It moved me across the country, all of this stuff. And to go into this type of, like, this is as opposite as can be also, and I talked a little bit beforehand about being fearful and everything. I was very confident in my past career because of the amount of years I was in it. And though it gave me some tools to use going forward, there was still so much of the unknown, that had to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, Tracy G, you stayed basically in the same arena, but you were no longer, you were working independently.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like I look and like I was around before that, like the web browser was like Netscape. Like I was way back in the day and I just love this area. So I like till the day I die, I'm going to be doing this. I just love learning about this. And it's all so fast and, it just changes on the daily. And it just helps my brain, keeps my brain active. But what I find interesting is that you can have a complete, lovely, happy career that you're very proud of. And you can take, like you two have, a complete opposite turn. You don't have to define yourself by your past and go, I'm only going to be good doing this. Instead, one, fear, two, out of your comfort zone, you chose to take the risk on something completely different. And you got to go kudos to you guys because that in itself, right? Oh, I'm going to be a life coach. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Like that's a totally different thing than you were doing.
Totally different.
Totally for both of us. Yeah. The only thing we probably both of us brought with us is our interpersonal skills. That was probably it.
Yeah, I've always also been into self-help. Like I can remember like when my daughter, I was her age, it was Tony Robbins was the big guy on the scene. And I mean, not that he isn't anymore, but like that's like I was like totally enthralled. I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. And then just, I can remember walking into a bookstore and went, my God, they have a whole section on self-help. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This is awesome. And
magic.
Into it. It's like magic. It's like being in another Zoom room all over again. It's like, it was crazy. So I always sort of had that passion for that kind of knowledge and how people think and what thought patterns do and all that kind of thing. But if you'd asked me 10 years ago, like, you're going to be a life coach, I would have been like, probably not. Yeah. So this is really, and I think this is what the most important part of this conversation is that it is the permission at whatever age you are to decide that if you want to do something else, that ability, that capability, that dream is worth pursuing, and you can do it. Like, you can do it.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
And that's what my last question to you guys is, are you retiring at all? What do you think about that?
I like you, Tracy, I envision me doing this forever because I'm passionate about it. And I just don't see me stopping doing this.
And showing that you can, like, you don't, you can be this. Because for me, my big defining moment was I never thought I could put my face in as the forefront. It always had to be behind someone else. And so that was my big change, even though I'm in the same industry. And so for me, the more I do it, the more I'm like, oh no, you're going to see this face. Come on.
I love that. And I love seeing your face. And I don't see it either. I could probably see it morphing and changing throughout the years.
Yes. Yeah.
But to say, oh, I'm only working till this age and then I'm going to retire, because I know and well, let's be honest here, I think we all are building our business for the ease to have the life we want. And so if I move on in a few years and decide I'm only going to coach one day a week, then that still gives me but to say I'm giving it up and retiring, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see that. Thank you very much for listening today. Again, remember, if you have any comments, please comment below. You can reach out to us also individually, and make sure you share this episode if you found that it resonated with you. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and notifications, because every Wednesday we have a brand new episode. Until then, see you later.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.